Morning, guys. Hello, my artists. How are you today? Stephanie Aune coming to you from a rainy Concord, California. Well, just kind of doing a quick glance through, see what we got. You know, I am still going to, let's see if I have the tape here. I found my tape. I've been searching and searching and searching for things on this desk for weeks now, and yeah, you know, that can get to be so frustrating. And I've finally found, you know, some of the things that I was looking for. So I don't want this to have like a super big noticeable bend to it, so I did do a lot of just little itty bitty cuts. Itty bitty. Looks like we need to do a little bit of this here. And then I'm just kind of taping it together underneath. You know, just seeing if I can make it better. If I can make it more better. I'm trying to give it, you know, as much space in there as I can. See, that makes it spin better. Let's do a little bit more here. I did put quite a few of those little slots in there. Just to try to get it to round up. Oh, please don't be a pain. You know, you don't want it to be that extreme right there. That's not good. You also need it to do what you need it to do. By golly. There we go. Yay! Yay! What day is it today? January 20th. Movers will be here in exactly 10 days. I've gotten quite a bit packed up. You know, afraid to pack my art supplies. I won't be doing that till the very end. Let's see if we have any more we can kind of manipulate here. Feels like it needs it just right there, doesn't it? I'm surprised that I don't have something more there. But and sometimes this little star doing the things that it does, maybe we'll just kind of roll that up a little. There. Yay! Now the star doesn't spin independently like it used to. That's okay. I mean, the book is big. I'm happy that it does that. Okay. Quit fussing. Still have our guy stuck in here. Is he still good to go? I did tell you that this was a brother and sister duo, didn't I? And that they worked together for years and years and years and years. I did find that out. It's really an interesting story. But they fit right there in that pocket page. This turned out super cool. Our ticket page. And we have our massive flip and fold and flip layout. Super happy with that. Next thing we're going to do here, do I want to do something along this line, or can we just go inside? Still working on that. Still working on that decision. This hasn't come to me yet, to be honest with you. I could do, you know, I've done quite a few tent replications, so to do another one, I don't think that I really need to do that. However, I do think that another fold out of the 3-ring circus would probably be pretty darn cool. You know, but then I'll be getting into, you know, just do it on one side like this. All the same height. Showing the 3 rings. Do I want to do it there? Or do I want to do it here, where I go into the circus itself? We're just about to the main event. So, I think we should probably put our ringleaders here, right? Makes sense. And then I could do 1, 2, and the third page. That would be the third circle. What do I put in them though? I could probably put there's one with an elephant with a woman hanging off of the elephant. I could probably do a horse, one here. I have a woman kind of flipping off around her. And the big elephant here. And the woman sitting up on top of the elephant. That'd be kind of cool. And then I want to do trapeze people. Somehow make it an interactive thing. So I don't know if I'll put the elephant in. Again, I have kind of moral issues with that. I don't really want to put the tigers jumping through fire and that type of thing in there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, this is all just kind of... I need a break from doing a super big layout. I kind of need to do an easier layout. We could do something with the big show here. And then, you know, I have quite a few images of the ringleaders. That would be fitting. Could I do a 3-dimensional or bring that off of there just a little bit? We know I could. So I'm just kind of looking at the shape of this tent here and the shape of this tent. So they have kind of this post in between, which I can leave that post out. Can do some sort of peak there. Maybe not the ringleader yet. Maybe the main entrance first. Again, I felt like I've done the tent numerous times here. You know, part of me just wants to get into it and open it up, but part of me loves these images. How about if we do a ringleader here? Guy in the top hat here. And his boots. His boots. Ringleader there. And then we do circle 1, circle 2, circle 3. I'm just working out what the next stage is going to be. What if circuses kind of seem to have so much going on at one time? What I'm thinking of here is building another very large layout. Of course, I'm thinking of that, right? But basically with 4 pages instead of 6. And not with the bottom flap. Just with something up top here. I could almost do it to where I could do that big top to where it took up the rest of the book. But that's kind of huge. You know, we're gonna have to have a clown page. I know a lot of people don't like clowns, but we should do something like that. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. I am really looking at these next pages and trying to really concentrate and see what I want to make next out of this. I think a main entrance would be fitting. And then I was also starting to kind of work on this here. I need to, you know, finish up these pages for the beginning of that tent. And isn't it funny? Now this tent doesn't seem nearly as intensive after I got the other tents done, does it? Well, it was still very intensive. We know it was. But then I get to thinking, it's like, okay, so I need to put my base layers down. And then I realized another way to make stripes. You know, I just continually am making stripes throughout this book. I'm not a huge stripes fan. That almost works perfect, doesn't it? If I put this up on a book, on this side, underneath, there we go. We have almost a flat surface to work on. I do love the fix that we did. Carolyn and Susan, you guys were pretty awesome at those suggestions. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, music sheets have excellent stripes. And I have some coffee dyed music strips. And I was just like, well, I think I just dropped my pen. The reason why I'm using the Fabri-Tac here is I had some gaffer's tape underneath of here, so I wanted it to stick well. I want that to be interesting. I want to create cool shapes. I am probably going to cover it over with I guess I better stick with the same glue here. I was just thinking about putting on some Mod Podge because I know that I'll need it to protect this music sheets from whatever I put over the top of them. But I didn't want to switch glues while I still had that glue sitting there. It's very early still. I woke up super early today. Never a fan of that, right? Started thinking about the book, so I kind of need to put the book away for a little while, and I have some other things that I need to work on. And the book is just hard to put away for me because it's such a part of my brain process right now. So. Again, music sheets. They make great stripes. How interesting will that be, you know? Right there. Putting them away, and it's like, oh. I do have enough of this paper that I could have put that on the front. I'm liking the diversity. You know, it's unexpected. Will be different from what's inside, but we're going to color it the same, so it's going to have the same feeling, but different intention, right? This is the stickiest stuff in the universe. It gets all over the place. But we need sticky. Sticky, sticky. Yeah, sticky, sticky. Yeah, sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. You see, I'm not being very exact with this. Just giving it the general feeling situation. One thing I do not want is that to get over onto there. We need to make sure that that glue stays where we want it to stay and not let it go where it wants to go, which is all over the place. And that should make some really interesting stripes. I think we'll probably want to take this glue off here a little bit. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know if it matters or not. If anything, it'll just give us a grungier feel to it. I suppose. Yuck. Big old boogers on there. No boogers on my black. Okay. Have all this other paper around here. So, different projects. No focus. Excuse me. I had an excellent day in the city yesterday. Went and saw some of my favorite old tourist spots. Had an amazing, amazing lunch. Got to spend time with my best girl that I've known since college. Definitely, you know, you are fortunate enough, hopefully, in your life to meet a few people that you really, really connect with, and she has been one of them. Amazing, wonderful, beautiful friend. And her husband's pretty darn awesome too. So, very lucky. Some really amazing people in my life. That's a part of my life. You know, that care about me. Have some back in Wyoming, Colorado. My best girls. There we go. Just trying to get all the air bubbles out. Just really mushing it in there. Working it, working it, working it. Part of me goes immediately to, I'm seeing this put on the fossilized amber and the fired brick, like we did under here, over this. But I'm thinking texture paste with the stencil. And then if we want to do a movie poster, we could do the posters. I think the posters would be great. You know, again, it's a wonderful graphic element, but you know, part of me just kind of wants to have. Okay, let's address this. Again, trying to stick that into the gaffer's tape doesn't work too swell, so we're going to bring this around, that down, and then we're going to bring this music paper around it. Kind of a perfect little buffer. There we go. Transition. Perfect. There we go. How many ways can we make stripes? I do love these little pieces that are kind of hanging off here. Kind of. We'll have to see if they stay strong enough. If I Mod Podge them, possibly they will build up enough strength to kind of keep that fringe down here at the bottom. I think that'd be kind of cool. But on the other hand, you know, I don't want that to, you know, cause issues, you know, where it comes off or whatever. Okay. What? Back here. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside and let that dry for now. You know, just doing little bits at a time of these, you know, beginning pages. Or, you know, it's important to kind of work through that too. Now, what do we have going here? All right, it's okay. All right, I just wanted to show you this little update on what I'm doing and what I'm thinking of in those future pages. So, that's all. I've got to keep packing. I've just kind of got to keep working. Not a whole lot of art on this one, but you are seeing where my vision is trying to go to for the next section, and that's what I think is important. You guys following along with me in my thought process as much as possible. Not super exciting, but you know, well, you know, actually, I wonder if this is dry enough to where I could start to put some color in here. I got my new fired brick in. Yay. Now. Let's make sure that we're keeping all pieces and parts safe and sound in here. Even though we'll be using the same colors, we don't want to... Oh God, that would just suck. That would suck. We don't want to do that, right? Come on, baby. It's kind of why I like to work from one direction to the other also, or finish a page first before moving on to the next, sequentially, because I think it cuts down on the risk of messing up other pages that way. There we go. Goodness. There's a sticky puppy. Just a little. Fired break. My favorite. Make sure you have a dry brush. You really don't want to get it onto that page either, because that page is gorgeous and all the colors are adjusted and I don't want to have to readjust. Put in some of this tarnished brass, which was absolutely part of that original color scheme. Okay. Now, once we add our brown to that, our vintage photo, our espresso, you know, any of those colors, it's going to really tone this down. I love this color that's happening right there. So let's accentuate that a little bit more. Back to our fired brick. There we go. Try not to squirt your glasses. We're going to pull up some of that color. That's very cool. A little bit more over here and over here. Okay. And a little bit of brown. Where's our brown? Where's our inker dauber? There we go. Remember how strong this guy is. So we're just going to try to kind of keep it on the edges. We don't want that to happen right there. Oh, it's so strong. Oh, we're going to try to take some of it off. Here, we'll be okay. Vintage, vintage, vintage. Just trying to frame out the page here just a touch. Truly. See what you can do. Gorgeous. Perfect. And a little more fired brick here. Bring that back to the red. I'm going to bring a little yellow right there, wherever it went to. I just had it. See if I can get the sprayer working. Oh, okay. This is the Tangerine Dream Illusions Shimmer Spray. I couldn't find my yellow offhand because, well, you know, that happens to me all the time. However, I think that shimmer spray will put a beautiful finish on it. And look at how beautiful that is right through there. How it's reacting with that bronze. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Couldn't have asked for better right there. Okay, so that background is essentially done there. I'm gonna bring, oh, I didn't realize I had more of that walnut stain on here, or this ground espresso. So I'm just going to kind of frame out here again. Bring my darks through. Can't have dark without light. Can't have light without dark. So this is inside of the book here. And browning that down is good. And I'll probably do a very similar paint treatment to the front there. So now we can look and see how the coloring matches up. Pretty darn close, huh? That's exactly what we wanted. Make sure we got our little pointy thing down in there so it doesn't get yucky. You don't want this to stick or stain. But we definitely want to keep it in there. This right here, this action that's happening, is really beautiful. So, I'm totally happy with that. Okay, quick-ish video. Let's see if I can get you down here closer. Got a lot of glare on it. Has a lot. Not gotta. Got lots of glare. That's pretty cool, huh? It does have some great wrinkly texture in there. And I'm actually very happy with that kind of texture that I've got going. So, okay, we'll chat soon. Bye.